35 years on the force teaches you two things. Everyone lies, and nobody cooks eggs like Frank. I've seen homicides that turn my stomach, but it's the quiet crimes, the stolen turkeys and the tainted flour that really rot a city from the inside out. My doctor says the biscuits and gravy will be the death of me, but I'd rather go out with a full stomach than a clean chart. I sit here at the counter, watching the street lights hit 31st and Troost, acting like I'm just an old man with a caffeine habit. But Fat Man and Cookie, they're my unofficial unit. They see the stuff the lab techs miss because they look at the world through a chef's knife. I provide the warrants and the cover, they provide the truth. It's a messy business, and frankly, I'm too old for the paperwork, but someone has to keep the wolves away from the kitchen door. Just don't tell my grandson Jamal I'm eating the hash browns again. He's got eyes everywhere on that TikTok of his, and I've got enough heat on me as it is. Now, let's see what these files have to say about the brisket.
They call it adulteration. I call it optimization. Do you have any idea how expensive real Madagascar vanilla is? People don't want authenticity. They want a dream they can post on their feed. My Royale cakes were a masterpiece of marketing, and if a little drywall compound helped the tiers stand tall, who are they to judge? Being out on bail hasn't stopped the rain. It's just shifted the geography. This storage unit is my Versailles now. I have my followers, I have my industrial mixers, and I have a vengeance that tastes sweeter than any buttercream. Cookie thinks she's clever with her little home gluten tests, but she's just a line cook playing detective. I am a brand. I am royalty. And in this city, the hungry masses will eat whatever I tell them to, as long as the packaging is pink and the lighting is right. Let them eat cake, indeed. I'll be back on top before the frosting dries, and I'll make sure the second helpings crew loses everything. The camera is rolling, the mix is ready, and the world is waiting for its queen.
You don't just steal a man's smoker in Kansas City. That's not just theft, that's a hate crime against the city's heritage. LC's, Q39, and now this spot on Prospect. Somebody has rounded up the best steel in town. Cookie found a fragment of a U-Haul tarp near the hinge. It's the brisket bandit, some disgraced pitmaster looking to corner the market by force. They're selling authentic barbecue out of a truck, but you can't fake the seasoning of 20 years of smoke. These thieves think they're smart, moving under the cover of the morning fog, but they leave a scent, not just the hickory, but the smell of desperation. I told the boys at the precinct to keep an eye on the refrigerated rentals, but Fat Man knows the community better than any patrol car. He knows who's suddenly selling ribs without a permit. We're going to find that U-Haul, and when we do, they're going to learn that you don't mess with the Midtown barbecue scene. I'm tired of seeing these empty pits. It's time we put some heat back under the right people and lock the rest away. No more paperwork for this one, just results.
The American Royal is the holy grail for chili heads, but today, it's a crime scene in a crockpot. I can smell the cumin from 10 feet away, but there's an undertone of something mineral, something that doesn't belong in a kitchen. One taste was all I needed. The grit on the roof of my mouth wasn't cracked pepper, it was brick dust. Someone is cutting the spices to save a buck and rig the texture for the judges. It's a classic Marie Antoinette move, style over substance, even if the substance kills the customer. I'm moving through the tents like a ghost, checking the bins and the bags. These chefs think they can hide behind their trophies, but a palate doesn't lie. I've spent my life around real ingredients, and I can tell the difference between slow-cooked love and industrial fraud. Doherty is waiting by the gate, ready to pull the plug on this whole rigged show. We're going to expose the Chili King for the hack he is. In this kitchen, if you can't stand the heat, you shouldn't be poisoning the pot. It's time to call the health inspector and the handcuffs.
They forced me into retirement because I wouldn't stop backing the people who actually care about this city. Fine, I don't need a badge to protect my own. Tonight, Second Helpings isn't just a diner, it's a sanctuary. We've got the whole neighborhood here, every victim of every food fraud we busted this year. It was supposed to be a quiet night of gratitude and gravy, but Marie just couldn't stay away. She needs the attention like she needs oxygen, and she brought her digital circus with her. She thinks she can crash our table and turn this into content? She's got another thing coming. I've spent 35 years dealing with punks, and she's just a bully with a ring light. I look over at Fat Man, and I see him reaching for the skillet. He's tired of the games, and honestly, so am I. This isn't about the law anymore. It's about respect for the craft. We're going to show her that in this diner, we don't serve frauds. This is the Last Supper Club, and the bill is finally due. Let's see how her followers like the sound of a cast iron reality check. Dinner is served.